back door is cut around the skirt.
Wow!
So when this car is on the ground, it's as low as a Lamborghini Diablo. When it's on here, it's this tall to the ground. 58 Edsel. These are 58 DeSoto.
DeSoto, yeah.
This is DeSoto parking lights used to be in the front of the car.
Really?
Made for the rear of the car. It's got a 413 big black with a cross ram going in it. It's got a lot of Chryslers and DeSoto real Packard headlights. My version of this car is called the Voodoo Sahara. I built this 9 years ago.
Oh yes. From this to this.
Exactly. And this was after hours. I'd be putting 22-hour days in. I had Gene Winfield come here many years. Him and I chopped probably about 13, 14 cars over the years. The last job I had, believe it or not, I worked for Playboy magazine. So over the years, I learned everything I knew. I never went to school for this.
Good morning! Second day in America.
Good morning.
Wow, yesterday was a stunner with Roaster Shop, Black Dog Performance Cars, and the scrapyard. Mopar City. Shout out to Larry, that old super nice guy. I wish Larry was my grandfather for some reason. He's amazing.
Super friendly.
He said we're gonna meet him at McGuckin.
51 years. He had a great
51
job.
years in the business. That's insane. So yeah, last night we were dead. We kind of arrived late. We handed in the car, and we were back at the hotel at like 9:30. So we went straight to bed. It was like 10. But after a day like this, driving for like 10, 12 hours, you just don't have the energy to do anything else. So let's see what waits for us today. We're gonna have some breakfast, do some work, catch up with the crew back home, and there we're gonna hop on the road
schedule
again.
for today.
Right. Do some research, see where we want to head, maybe some other shops. Where are we now going?
MGM Classic Cars.
MGM Classic Cars. That's another dealer of classic and muscle cars. Yeah, nice. Look at this. 70 Chevelle. Cool. US mags. Look at this. Wow, this is so clean. Damn.
Detox 4-speed, that's what you want. It's an automatic.
Here's a 4-speed like this one. So we're here with Pete from MGM Classic Cars. Ah, there we go. Awesome place. Beautiful Challenger 572 Hemi. GTO. Nice little. That's a nice one. '69 Camaro. 50s action. The color.
These are nice cars.
Yeah.
I had a look on the 68 Charger.
Yeah.
It was not really what I was searching for, but it was a nice one.
It was a nice car.
Yeah.
68 Charger 440. Yeah, they had a couple of nice ones. I fell in love with a Grand National.
He told us that everybody here is, we were asking him the question, where are all the muscle cars outside? But he told us that everybody put all the cars in September locked up for the whole winter.
What do you mean? The cars were...
That's what he told me. He said that's the reason why there are no cars outside. No muscle cars driving on the road.
Oh, got it.
You expect,
sure.
where are all the muscle cars? No, we're in America.
Yeah, yeah.
He told me that from September, everybody locks the cars in the storage facilities for the winter period.
Yeah, because they spray the salt on the roads and it's killing the cars. So it's not a good thing. I do the same. So yeah, that was it. It was a cool place, and now we're headed to Voodoo Larry Customs. wanted to get to that place for a while now.
He's a well-known guy in the custom scene in
absolutely,
Chicago,
absolutely. So expecting to see some crazy chop tops and see what they got. I'm really excited.
Paints.
Yeah, crazy paints. That's awesome. Like George Barris, and he started everything in the 50s. All right, next on the list, Voodoo Larry Customs. Oh, this is a place I wanted to see for a long time. Larry's got a cool truck. Let's see what else. Hope we can film here.
I collect all kinds of stuff for many years. I rebuilt vintage BMX bikes.
Beautiful.
All this stuff.
Wow.
Let me turn the lights on in here. I got lights and stuff.
Yeah.
I think I like my tail lights.
Wow,
I
look at this.
can't have enough tail lights, so.
Green.
I at one time the 56 Packers are my favorite taillights. I like the boomerangs and the DeSotos, but the 56 Packers are my favorite. And I had actually about 15 pair of them at one time. When I built a car called the Voodoo Creeper, that one right there, and that's over there. That's over in Switzerland.
Yeah,
that one I saw.
Yeah, it's in Switzerland right now.
Really?
He drives it everywhere. He bought it
No
from
way.
me about I don't know, about 15 years ago.
Awesome.
And he drives it everywhere. But anyway, when I built that car, I put Packard taillights. Nobody was using them. I would get these things at swap meets, and people would get rid of them for free. So I would buy them for like $50 at the end of the day at a swap meet. They're like $3,000 a pair.
Insane.
A lot of these taillights, even these DeSotos, you can't even find the 60 DeSoto Adventurers anymore. So a lot of this stuff is like collectible.
Amazing to put that back in the hot rod,
Yeah.
That's really nice. When I build my stuff, I can come out here and pick out like what taillights I want to decide to run in my cars and
Inspiration.
stuff like that, Exactly.
Gorgeous. Awesome.
Exactly. And I got
50
like
stuff.
collection, like Hot Wheels and other taillights and stuff over there too.
I love it.
I used to do the Chicago World of Wheels many years ago. I did the Tin City, which was like the old school section of the stuff that I built. Then they decided to take it out. Even though that was like the biggest hit of the show, everybody come to my section. We chop a top. I had Gene Winfield come here many years.
Wow, Gene
And
Winfield.
yeah, him and I chopped probably about 13, 14 cars over the years.
Wow.
Until he passed away. But
That was recent, right? That was like
he
this
passed
or
away about
this.
earlier this year.
Yeah. So
God rest his soul.
Absolutely.
I've known him since I was 18 years old. I'm 61 now. So
and he
So
was
same with
he was
George
like
Barris,
90
too.
or something, or
He was a 97.
97. Wow.
And George passed like 2 weeks before his 90th birthday.
Did you meet him? Did you get to work with him?
I was friends with him all. Wow. The only people I'd never met was Von Dutch,
Yeah.
Kenneth Howard, and Larry Watson. Those are the only two guys I'd never met in my life in my growing up as a kid.
Yeah.
I was racing BMX when the whole custom culture started, and I actually still. This is a replica of my red line that I used to race back in 1970s. Yeah,
Wow.
they had special tracks for these things.
Cool.
And then later on time, then they came out freestyle, and that's
Yeah, with the tricks, with the skate parks and stuff.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, so and I restore them for people, and this is some of my collection. I got about 12 of them.
Wow.
I'm about my music and my cars all day long, so
I can
I'm
imagine.
in here by myself, so it's one of those things that
Gets lonely, but
it does,
that's all you
it
need.
does, but my passion is what I do. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So this is my shop. I've been in this building 17 years, and I have a big collection of stuff, as you can see. I've been collecting stuff for many, many years. Right now, I'm working on this car. This came from California. I'm doing a 4-door lift-off Carson top. Chopped it, and I'm making a Carson top. It's going to be a lift-off padded top, So
A lift-off?
that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's going to lift off the car. He wants it like the old school. Carson tops were popular in the 30s, 40s, and 50s. Barris and Carson Top Shop, and everybody used to do them. They would take the metal top and cut it off, and they'd make a lift off later top. I can lift this top off by myself without no problems.
Nice.
It only weighs like 50, 55 pounds. So yeah. Anyway, this is my car here. I'm building this. This is a '51 Mercury, but I'm building a first only ever 4-door station wagon.
Oof. Wow.
It's going to be Chrysler powered. It's got a 413 big block with a cross ram going in it. It's got a lot of Chryslers with the Soto grill, Packard headlights.
Awesome.
Got that engine compartment all done too. Everything's going to be electronic operated too. Everything's going to have actuators and stuff in there. So the carburetors sit here, so I had to make enough room for the engine when it goes in here.
You got the air vent there, so.
Yeah, I need a lot of flow out, because it's a big block in here, And I enclose everything in metal. I still got to get in and weld everything. I should just tack in place for now. Fiberglass infused with filler. You can see some on the quarter panel, like on the top right here. See about the header here? It's fiberglass infused filler. Never put straight bondo over welded seams, and I'm going to tell you guys why. Because Yeah, you ever take a piece of Bondo, spread it, and then let it dry, and it cracks like a potato chip? Mm-hmm. Well, the problem is if you have a flexible seam, or I did a lot of welding on this car. Everything is I sectioned the car 3 inches through here, so everywhere where there's a welded seam, I use fiberglass because it flexes. This is short strand fiberglass. This stuff, I think I had some right here. Yeah, this is the stuff that I use. And basically it's fiberglass and Bondo mixed together.
Yeah.
So I put that down first, but I don't sand it off. I leave a good portion of it on there.
Okay.
Because if there's any like welded seams, you see welded seams here?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Just over the welded seams is where the stuff goes. You don't have to cover the whole car.
So you're not gonna grind them till like they're flat.
So
it gets too
at the
thin.
end, I go over this with a DA, orbital DA with a 40 grit on it, or knock most of it off, and then over the top I go with filler. Because over the road, down the road, you know, we got crappy roads here in Chicago.
Yeah, the body does this. You know.
Yeah, flexes and
So what's the car going to do with a lot of modifications? It's going to flex and crack over time. Since I've been using that stuff for about 30 years, I've never had a car crack me yet.
wow.
So you can be a high-end shop and do high-end body work, but if you put straight Bondo over welded seams, I'll guarantee down the road, customer will come back to have it repaired. You may not see a crack right away. It may take a year. It may take 2 weeks. You don't know.
Yeah, sure.
Because I do a lot of chops in here. This is my specialty is chopping tops. You know what I mean?
But
Off the line, you know.
Yeah.
And then the third window.
This top is from a 57 Plymouth Belvedere station wagon.
You knew you wanted
8
it?
inches, 18 inches, because everybody thinks I stretched the car. This car is the same length as a 51 Mercury. It's about a half an inch longer because of the headlights. This is still on the factory Mercury frame. And I got the Mercury frame all the way there, but I modified my control arms to take Camaro stuff. So I got Camaro ball joints, I got disc brakes on there, so everything's modified.
Camaro for something.
Yes, but it's still Mercury control arms and everything. That's the run for it. I just got them rebuilding that. It's going to go in there with a 2-link. So the doors, how the door works is, you know, 4 doors like that, it's a suicide door car. So what I did with this here, and a lot of people really dig it, is the back door
Oh my God.
is cut around the skirt.
Wow.
So I still have to more modifications. I got to pull the door off and get back and do some cutting, but this door opens up about as far as
No
that door
way.
there. And I took the B pillar, which was here, and I added it to the door. So there's no B pillar here. Because normally when you get in, you crack your knees in or trying to get in the back seat. Just the lucky. Yeah, so this is the latch here. And this is a safety catch right here. God forbid this doesn't work. I have a backup here, you know.
Wow.
And I made this removable because I can get to it if I have to access again.
That's amazing.
So yeah, the B pillar is part of the door.
Man, look at this.
And then, like I said, I didn't want to have a line cut through the skirt. I thought it was cleaner to go around the skirt. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's funny.
And this window here is just going to removable window. It comes out of the track. I just got it kind of wedged in there right now, but it comes out of here because I don't have enough room to make it roll down. So this is a removable piece. That's all I got to get sheet metal.
Yeah.
I just put tack welds inside there for extra structure, and then I sheet metal over the top of that. Like I don't like the sheet metal of this. I like to add supports in there before I weld everything up.
Got it.
Just for extra. I make my stuff like a tank.
Yeah.
Everything I make extra strong. If I have to overkill stuff, I'll overkill
Sure.
stuff, you know?
And how does it like flex? What do you have there?
So the skirt, this is the piece that got cut out of the door and added here. And then I still got to fill it. It's all hollow on the inside. If you go to the other side, you can see through. But yeah, I sectioned the doors all the way through the body line. I took 3 inches out because normally this was 3 inches taller. If you look at the factory Mercury, this is 3 inches taller. But I sectioned the whole car all the way through.
So how do you do it? Do you just like
Well, what I did
how
here,
do you
it's
do
hard
it
to
from
see
scratch?
up in the door, but you can, if you reach your hand in, you can feel the sheet metal that hangs down that I cut from the door and dropped it down. So this piece here, which is, you're feeling back there, is 3 inches lower in the door.
Oh, okay.
So I cut
that was
right
the
through
original.
this body line,
Yeah.
dropped it down inside there, and then welded it back up.
And
So
does
it's
it
got the nice curve.
does it still fit? Isn't it like shorter because it's like from higher up?
It's shorter this way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When this car is on the ground, it's as low as a Lamborghini Diablo. This car is 42 inches tall. Like when it's on here, it's this tall to the ground.
Wow.
So
You
a
haven't
lot of
seen
people
the back-
dig it. You know,
back-
right?
Yeah, I've seen it. It's insane.
Yeah, back window. Let me show you that. Let me grab a screwdriver really quick.
Man, this guy is a wizard.
That's
It's a legend.
The factory 51 Mercury back window from the from the Mercury. So you got an extra one there. That came out of the purple car because I cut the top off the purple car. So that was the back window from that car. This was the back window here that used to be up here. So I took it and extended all the way back and rebuilt the whole rear end of the car. So it's gonna be electric actuator down here too. I'm going to cut this whole trunk floor out, and I got a Kaiser spare tire well and gas tank that's going to go in here because that spare tire, I don't like the spare tire sticking up. I got a horizontal. It's going to lay in there horizontal. So I'm going to raise this whole trunk floor because, like I said, this thing's going to be on the ground. It's going to be all true. 51 Mercury dash, but I took the whole insert and put a 1955 Dodge. I'm sorry, 56 Dodge insert in the Mercury dashboard. If you look, the shifter comes out of the dashboard instead of off the column. That's a 1961 Cadillac tilt and telescopic steering column. The seats are T-bird. I'm going to run 4 T-bird seats in there with a console down the middle.
It's all wow. Man, you're crazy.
The seats are going to swivel out. They're going to swivel out. Yeah. Wow. So I got Monte Carlo swivels, so they're going to swivel out, which is easier to get in and out of. You know. So. All this is all scratch built. The whole ass of this car is all scratch built. So you can see how much welding. There's a ton of fabrication. George Barris is one of my biggest idols growing up as a kid. Him and Gene Winfield. So I designed the back end of the car to be more Barris style.
Yeah.
So these are Edsel, 58 Edsel. These are 58 DeSoto.
DeSoto, yeah.
This is DeSoto parking lights that used to be in the front of the car.
Really?
Made for the rear of the car. I plan on towing a trailer because this is going to have big block in here. So I put this receiver on there. You take the receiver out, put the license plate in where the receiver would go. I'm not done yet. I still got to take this bar here. This bar is going to get cut and attached to the overrider. So this is all going to be one unit when the license plate's in there. So it'll make a nice surround.
Unbelievable.
And this is 60 Cadillac. You can see there's one hanging up there. I had to take a bunch of these and extend them because this is all going to get polished in here, you know, because it's stainless. And then I'll show you the taillights.
He knows how we want to build it.
I'll show you what the taillights will look like. These are the taillights that we're running there.
Are these 59
Cadillac?
Yeah. What do they call it?
I can't stand 59 Cadillac taillights. That car's got them in there, and a couple others I did. And I really hate these things, but these are going to go in here like this.
Oh, wow! They usually stick out, and now it's
So these get attached back in here, and then the bulbs are going to be on the side. So when it lights, it'll glow. The whole thing will glow inside.
And you're going to do a glass on top, like
no, it's going to stay just like this.
Clear.
But this is going to get polished in here.
Yeah, right.
Now I haven't decided if I'm going to do this exhaust, but I'm thinking about putting backup lights. And I got the 58 DeSoto exhaust ports. They're going to go right up under here.
Yes.
Because they kind of flow with the whole ass end of the car.
Yeah.
This is 54 Chevy, top and bottom. That I made a surround out of that. And I can't find Studebaker pans anymore, so I had to come up with this idea. And the front of the car has the same thing in the front. There's one of these up in the top, and the bottom is DeSoto. And no taillights in here. These are going to be chrome bullets. So they're just going to be chrome. It's just going to be an accent piece, and then, like I said, these will be in here.
Sure.
Yeah, that's something I like.
Wow.
And I'm going to do something for the
These are
center.
nice too.
Yeah, super hard to find this stuff. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna cut these, and they're gonna get attached to the bottom of this surround here. So like I said, this car is really low, and I'm gonna put casters under there. Casters are like I thought I had some around here. These, because I put them on the frame because if you go up an incline, you're not gonna rip your tailpipes off and all that, so they'll be a part of the frame.
Sure.
So when the car bottoms out, it'll go on the casters, which will get attached to the frame.
Yeah.
Let me put this back.
Yeah.
So, but my question is, do you know beforehand all of these bars that you're going to take from all these separate cars, or like kind of what you have?
Taillights in this car.
Yeah, you do. You try.
I don't like the way they look, so I can take them on and put them back in the cabinet, and I do another pair.
That's why it's still not finished. You know.
Exactly.
You keep on designing.
This is a steering wheel I made. This is like a Chrysler-style steering wheel, but I made it out of metal instead of plastic. You know what I mean?
Space age, man.
Yes, I have all the stuff chrome plated for it already, so it's going to get painted to match the car. So I love that my Chrysler square steering wheels are popular in 1960. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just made it from scratch, but I got to finish doing the body work on it to match the dashboard. I haven't decided to paint job on the car yet.
Do you do that too, or you got someone to do it?
I'm going to paint this car, but my buddy's going to do the body work on it for me. He's going to do the body work, and then I'm going to have it base coated, but I'm going to do all the flake and the pearls and all that stuff.
Sure.
But the era of the car I'm going for is like a 1960, because the engine is a 1960 big block, you know. So, and it's going to be a 4-seater. It's going to have the back all open like this. I like my sound systems in my car, so I'm going to have a big sound system in there with 2 12-inch subwoofers back here, and it's going to be crazy.
Right.
Crazy.
Unbelievable.
So anyway, this Mercury used to be a 4-door. He wanted a 2-door out of a 4-door, so I sectioned the whole thing down, put 2-door doors on, moved the B-pillar back, chopped it. So I'm in the process of building that for him right now. This car came from Ohio, like Chuck, and he's very happy with the way it's coming out. For being a 4-door.
Yeah.
It was a clean car to start with.
What's
Always
the average
clean.
lead time, build time for such
Well, it depends. I'm a one-man shop. That's why I have 13 cars in here. Because I got to jump from this one, go that one, this one, boom, 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 all over the place. He goes, Larry, I don't know why you're building this garbage. This is old crap. Buy yourself a new car. I'm like, yeah, but I like working on these. They're easy to work on.
Yeah.
I was a 16-year-old kid. I was working on these.
Sure.
So over the years, I learned everything I knew. I never went to school for this. I actually graduated high school early because I did my art classes. I was an artist. I do pinstriping. I don't know if you saw some of my pinstriping there. I do pinstriping and playing music, and I'm in this whole culture. I want to do everything in a 50s culture that I can possibly can. You know? And a lot of people are like, you lead cars? No, I don't lead cars. And the reason why is because people can't afford it. For me to lead a car, it'd be $9 million, and they can't afford it. So you do your metalwork nice, so you need that less filler, you know? And that's what I do. So I try to get all my metalwork, I try to do as nice as possible. But anyway, it's just one of those things that I wanted to work on these my life. This is my life. After this goes away or I go away, I wouldn't even know what to do. I wouldn't even know how to go back in the workforce. The last job I had, believe it or not, I worked for Playboy magazine.
Really?
Yes, I worked for Playboy magazine for 6 years, and I got a bad car accident and I was laid off. After being off from work for 3 months, they laid me off. I was going to sue them, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to go back home, build a garage in my backyard, and work on these.
So you started with the custom cars, then you went to Playboy, and then back to, or?
That was the last job I had was Playboy. I'm a part owners of Customs of America. Me and my 3 buddies, we bought Customs of America. It was started by George Barris in 1949. This is what I wanted to do. This was like my life. I wanted to learn. And I read the little magazines, you know, little Rod Custom magazines from the 50s.
Yeah. I have a few.
I have about 300 of them, and I've
Really?
read those things from back to front. I don't know how many times. And ever since then, people saw me. I started shopping cars, and people were like, "Oh, I didn't know you did that." I'm like, "Yeah." So that's where I started with my business in my garage at home is chopping tops for people. And at the time, I wasn't charging enough. You know, I was a stay-at-home dad, so I didn't need to make a lot of money, but I still had to live. You know, so I started chopping tops. So in 1990, I did my own cars, and then ever since then, around 96, 97 is when I started getting magazines like Old School Rods.
Larry's gonna show us something.
Yeah.
You know, he really likes the baddest custom cars.
All right, this car is, you guys remember the Golden Sahara by
Yes.
George Barris?
Yes. Yeah.
This
Just got
is
sold.
my version of this car. It's called the Voodoo Sahara. I built this 9 years ago.
Wow. Oh my God.
And my goal, hopefully, is to do a European tour with this car.
Wow.
Is
Definitely.
But I have to set up sponsorship with that. You guys might be able to help out. Hopefully,
Yes.
I don't know.
Absolutely.
Move some of this stuff out of the way. It's here parked here for the winter time, you know. I don't take it out in the winter.
Wow.
It used to be a 1954 Kaiser Manhattan.
Voodoo Sahara. Oh my God. Oh my God. Boy, oh boy. Wow.
So this is my pride and joy right here.
I cannot believe what I'm seeing.
What a car. You see it?
Full custom. It took me 3 years to build it.
3 years. Only 3 years.
3 years to build it.
That's not much.
After hours.
After hours.
Because I had to build my customer stuff. They bill, you know. So.
I don't like you guys. I don't like you.
Look at that. Wow, Larry. And under the hood? What do we got?
Small block Chevy.
Small block Chevy.
Yeah, I'm about my small block Chevys because
Sure.
they're tried true.
Tried and
engines, but it's all been
Wow,
detailed
look at that.
out. I had to
Look at the
clear
gauges.
off because then we rebuilt the carburetor on it.
Wow.
So, believe it or not, this car is 9 years old and it has 40 miles on the odometer.
40 miles
40
only.
miles. But it has 75,000 travel miles. So 75,000 travel
Oh, you
miles
just took
on
it around?
It's only shipped. It's
Spin
only
around.
shipped on trailers because it's a show car.
Sure.
You
don't
drive
want to
this
put.
on the road, you get damage on it. and I actually drove it to the last car show. Yeah, actually, I think the headlights are still on too. Let me see if the lights are still on. Headlights are over here.
Oh, yes.
There you go. Craziness, huh?
Beautiful.
You know what, Max?
Yes.
You're gonna get out of that shop like a zombie.
Yes, I will.
So you see back there, I made them from the top of the car.
So this is how it all started.
Yeah.
From this to this.
Exactly. But I'm going to show you in between process. This is when I started to build it. It took me 3 years to build it. It took me about 15 months to just do the metal work. And you can see how I just started modifying everything. Buy pictures in my phone, you know?
No way. No way. This is pure gold. Wow.
And this was after hours. I'd be putting 22-hour days in. I put my
Sleep 2 hours.
8-hour day in a 9-hour day in the shop, and then I'd do my own personal stuff. I'd be here early in the morning, and I'd start at 9 o'clock working with customers, and after 5 o'clock, I'd go back in my car, work on it until about 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning. It's in bare metal for the first time outdoors. Here's where I took the top and made the fender skirts out of it. The whole top of the car on this is all scratch built, all sheet metal round bar. The T-tops are removable.
Insane.
Wow.
There's see the fender skirt made from the top of the car.
It's impossible to believe.
The fins are 8 feet long. From the start of the fin to the end of the fin are 8 feet long. So it started as a 17-foot car, but it's 22 feet now. 21 and a half feet. These are headlight buckets from a 36 Ford that are made Dagmars out of them. So those are headlight buckets. That was popular back in the 50s, like Barris would always do that stuff. I hand built the grill. The trim pieces in the middle are 59 Oldsmobile fender pieces. They had 2 real nice ones. My buddy gave them to me, and I cut them and made a floater grill out of it.
How do you build the grill? Like,
and then the mesh is all handmade. I formed a mesh in my English wheel, and then wrapped it with the flat stock all the way around and had it chrome plated. But all this is everything you see here on this car, and I'll show you some more pictures of it. Let's see here. Let me go a little bit farther. Yeah, that's what it looks like all lit up at nighttime.
Wow, that's me.
The green lights. But I'm going to show you pictures like the fab pictures on it. Yeah, see, like, here's where I'm building the headlight surround. So that's the whole surround that you see. And it took me 5 times to get this right by size difference because I didn't like the way they were looking, so I cut it off and bent up more round bar. So that's this piece here is this right here that you see. The Kaiser fender's still underneath the metal, the new metal. There in this car there's 14 sheets of 4x8 20 gauge sheet metal. 14 sheets. And I don't know how many miles of round bar. You can see the other fenders still under there. And I left them under because it was a splash apron. And instead of hitting all my new sheet metal, then I'm wrapping it in, you know. Let me see, I got more pictures, build pictures on it.
This is one of your wildest builds, I think.
This is the most radical one. That wagon's gonna be nice. See, here's where I start laying out the fins.
So, what kind of steel is this?
It's solid round bar. It's a half-inch thick.
Can you form it? Like, is it easy to bend and stuff?
No, you gotta torch everything. When it gets that thick like that, you gotta.
It's like this angle right here.
Yeah,
I bet.
Not only that, when I was rolling my panels, because this is 8 feet, I couldn't do it 8-foot piece to my English wheel, so I had to do it in halves. So each fender, I had to do 4 fins. Each fender is rolled to my English wheel. It's one piece. So that's how I formed the tail fins on the car. Same with the trunk panel. The only thing that's left of Kaiser is the forward part of the trunk up at the top up there. But everything else back there is scratch built. This used to be a 55 Thunderbird Continental tire. Yeah. But I made it. I had to open it up to a 16-inch wheel, not a 15-inch, because that's how George did the original one. You know. I had to make a back window buck out of metal to form my rear window out of acrylic. Wow. So there's acrylic glass, or it's not really glass, it's plastic. It's acrylic though, it's more durable, you know. So I had to make a buck for that. And then, so everything is all done in metal, all scratch built in metal. I'm talking about when I do my customs, I do them extreme. You know what I mean? Like that wagon, this thing here. But it's just one of those things that people, they don't get the gist what it takes to build these things. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Wow.
And it's like I said, there's a lot of time in this car. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
A lot of time in a short amount of time.
Yeah.
I got about 3 years in a wagon over here. Actually, I got about 4 years in a wagon. But as I'm getting older, I can't put in 22-hour days anymore, and I'm down to 15-hour days now. Sure. You know what I mean? Because my body's telling me I need to take a break and go home and sit and watch TV. I don't even want to watch
There's more
TV.
in life.
Yes.
Kids.
No, I don't even watch
Family,
TV,
wife.
honestly. You know, I watch YouTube video.
Right.
So, anyway, so this is how the whole car started. So you guys can see what it took.
Yeah, it's
and I had
good to build.
So this is the original engine bay.
Yes,
kind of
but
the aprons.
The Camaro subframe are wide.
Camaro
80 Camaro.
80
It's
Camaro.
80 Camaro.
Okay.
And the problem with this, it didn't fit under there. The tires didn't fit under the wells. So what I had to do is I had to cut the whole cross member, and I took 4 inches out of the cross member. This thing will turn a U-turn in the middle of a 2-lane road, no problem, be 22 feet long. Because the turning ratio is now like this, you know what I mean? So to fit this under there, and I'll show you, I think I have a picture of, okay, yeah, here's where the frame got cut off. There's your original Kaiser frame. And believe it or not, when I narrowed the Camaro subframe, it bolted right up to the Kaiser frame. And I actually have pictures, I think I got pictures of it in here. When I did the subframe, man, where's it at? Here it is. So this is the whole Camaro.
Yeah.
And look, it bolted just basically right up. I Z'd it up 3 inches so the car get lower in the front. This is not, it's only an air ride in the rear. It's a static lower in the front. So it's got coil springs in the front still.
Right.
I rebuilt all the stuff, but Camaros are wide. So I narrowed it down the middle. I think I even have a picture of it narrowed. Let me see here. Let's see here. I know I have a picture of it when I narrowed the front clip. The subframe on it here. Where is it at? I used to have them all in order, but I lost my phone and I had to collect all my pictures back. And now they're not all in order. You know what I mean? Like here's where I'm doing the seats, mock-up of the seats in there. There's where the TV set is. So the TV set, and there's a phone in there. There's a microphone in there.
You did all that, or what you got in the middle? I didn't
in the middle
see
is a TV. But I took the screen out of it
Yeah.
and I put an LCD screen in there so you can still watch vintage TV on it. You know what I mean? And then the shifter comes out. The shifter is, I custom made the shifter loop on it. It's Genie shifter, but I made the whole top half of it. You know what I mean? And then the seats are on swivel, so these seats swivel out like I'm doing the wagon. Here's where I'm making the top. See a round bar?
Same round bars.
Same round
so
bar,
that's
half
the.
inch.
It's basically this. It's the same thing.
No, this is conduit. This is like electrical conduit. Electric is solid. It's hollow tubing. This has to go solid because
this has to be light.
This has to be exactly.
This has
this
to be
whole
strong.
top.
Sure.
I can lift this whole top off this car myself.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of hollow tubing with
Right.
chicken wire. You know what I mean?
Right.
But when I do stuff like that, it's got to be solid. So everything on this car is all solid. I didn't do any hollow stuff in there at all. Because I build my stuff like a tank, you know what I mean?
Yes.
This car weighs 5,000 pounds, by the way, too. It's not your 2,500 or
2.5
3,000.
tons.
It's 5,000 pounds.
Yeah.
It's a heavy car. My wagon's going to be up there pretty close to it, too,
Yeah?
when I'm done with it. Yeah. You know, like I said, it used to be a 4-door. You can see all the modifications. The windshield is a 55 Chevy convertible windshield that I sectioned, and I had to widen it. That's why I can't use a glass in there. I use acrylic because you can't widen glass.
So that's also that's
It's
also
also
acrylic.
acrylic, too.
Wow.
Yeah, so there was a lot of stuff done to this car. I thought I had a picture of when I sectioned the whole cross member. So like I said, it's narrower in the front, 4 inches narrow in the front, suspension wise. You know what I mean? Yeah. So here's the shifter that I made for it. That's my first Barris crest I got from George when I was 18 years old. Now, he gave me one crest when I was an 18-year-old kid, and that's on there on that car there.
Wow.
There's the TV set.
The shifter is amazing.
There's the phone. I have a microphone next to the phone. And this is still the Kaiser steering wheel and Kaiser dashboard.
Just
but I
cut it
modified everything else around it. But I cut it like aircraft style because futuristic stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This was the show car that you went into a show and you saw this back in the 50s and 60s. This is the stuff that you would see.
Really?
You know,
Because they got that
exactly.
crazy. And did they build the same way as you did?
Exactly, and that's
Okay.
why people are bringing their cars for me to do more traditional stuff. Because it's all solid brass and it weighs about 35 pounds.
Wow.
So I'm making my own from scratch. So I made this from scratch from the original that he brought me. You know what I mean? So right now I'm little bit by little bit. It's very time consuming to make something from scratch, but try to keep it exactly as original to the other one. You know what I mean?
Sure. So you're working on more projects at a time. Like
Yes.
never.
No, he wanted a rumble seat, so I had to put a rumble seat in
Sure.
this car. So it's a rumble lid, which hard to open it, but yeah. So originally this was a regular trunk lid, but now he wanted it reversed as a rumble lid. And it's there's the hinges there, and it's inside the car, so you don't have them sticking out. Like the original ones, like the Model A's, they stick out of the front, like on 32, like that. But these are suicide hinge kit that you purchase, and you make them suicide doors.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm trying to get this one done because when I'm finished with this, he wants me to do a couple more cars for him. He's a really nice guy. I like him, you know. So this was the Chevy I was telling you about that you
They
hit
got
two
crashed,
deer with. Yeah. So this whole fender was smashed in, pushed back into the door, kinked the door. You couldn't open the doors. They pushed the whole B pillar into the A pillar into the B pillar, so you couldn't open the doors at all. So I poured a powered the fender back out. This fender, this here where it's creased was about this high, so I had to restructure everything. So like I said, it was starting out as more of like a rare rod, but now we're gonna go traditional style custom. So you can see all the work I'm doing. We're putting a Kaiser front bumper, got rid of the Chevy bumper. This is a 56 Chrysler grill. I got the bars on the shelf over there, gonna go in there. I brought the headlights out a little bit to give them a more forward look. I canted them on an angle a little bit so they give you that forward look, you know what I mean? I'm still doing all the sheet metal. This is all gonna get sheet metal down here. Kind of like I do in all my stuff, you know.
I like that nose too.
Yes. So Steve, this is Steve's car. He's from New York, and 55 Pontiac bumper. The scratch built the whole bumper surround. Got 48 ohms grill. Frenched the headlights, rounded the hood corners. This car was in bad it was rock bucket when it came to me. I had to replace all the rollers. All this is off the car. It was all trash. Yeah. So it's going to go on this Crown Vic chassis. The 2000 Crown Vic chassis, and I'm cutting the floors all out of this, and he's going to do the sunken floors because it's nice. It's nice and low when you're sitting in there. This got a heavy chop. Look at that chop on it. The side windows are this tall, so he's got about an 8-inch chop on it. You know? Like some of these cars, like Sam's car, this is a 50 Chrysler that somebody shortened the car down. I chopped it 6.5 inches.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And I reused the back window. It's a 3-piece back window. Yeah, he put that in there. It's more like Hagen actually makes those also. It works by a push button.
Oh, sweet.
It's supposed to be a magnet. I don't know why it's not staying in, but it stays in flush.
Beautiful.
And he's running LED taillights, so it's more of a modern style.
LED something,
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to turn him to kind of different tail, but it's a customer. He wanted it chopped, so that's why I stuck. I chopped it. You know, I see a section at the top, but whoever from here on they tack welded. You could see where I finished it, butt welded everything, but they tack welded. You see the tack welds going all the way across, from here to there.
They did not fill it.
And when they tack welded, the whole top sunk in. They couldn't straighten it out. So what did they do? Let's fill it with Bondo. That's about a little over a 1/4 inch thick of Bondo up here. And the problem with Bondo is it's cracked. If you look down the middle, the car wasn't even finished yet. Now, if you put Bondo over a welded seam, which this is, that's going to happen.
So always use fiberglass if you cover seams.
Always do Dynaglass. Use the green stuff like I showed you over there.
Sure.
That's a hairline crack that was started. Now, can you imagine if this car was finished with a nice paint job and stuff? And that happens?
Same, yeah.
Yeah, so that's why I suggest when you guys do all your work, think about Dynaglass first.
Yeah.
I'll show you this. You see this Hemi? This is not a Hemi. It's a small box Chevy, believe it or not.
What did you do? Just like a box?
This here is a one of a kind small box Chevy.
No.
With my dummy Hemi heads, and it bolted right to the Chevy valve cover. It bolts right down to the engine, just like this. And the cool thing is, I open this up here and I can run the spark plugs up under the looms, down through here, cut a couple holes, run the spark plugs, and it looks just like a Hemi.
Yeah.
And I run the valve covers on. To change the oil, you got to pull this off to change the oil. You know, add oil to it.
That's fun.
And there's your faux Hemi. And I've sold a lot of sets of these already. Probably about 4 sets of them now, and people like them because it makes your small block look like a Hemi.
If your engine.
If it wasn't an engine compartment and you didn't see, the size, like guy comes in, he's looking at this, and he's like, "How in the hell
cool Hemi,
put
man.
a Chevy water pump on a Hemi?" I said, "Look at it carefully." He's looking all over the place. "Oh my God, it's got a Chevy fuel pump on it. That's a small box Chevy." He goes, "How much for these heads?" I sell them for $650. I make them, and he comes with it don't come with the valve covers because these are hard to forget, especially the Imperial ones,
23.
Yeah, I saw that. Wow.
The metal here comes down into the floor because you got to remember these doors slam against this. And with this being cut out, so I still got to add a little bit more structure. I got to weld some more around here, but otherwise it's pretty solid, Because this is when the doors close in. I'm making these pieces.
What are you going to put around here?
This whole thing. Okay, at first it gets
like canvas or something.
Yeah. So what happens is they put jute padding. Jute padding's like this stuff right here.
Yeah.
You see this stuff here? They put it over the top, and then they put a thin layer of plastic because you want water leaking through. And then over the top they put foam padding, and they carve it to shape, so you don't have these low spots. You see how this kind of low with the chicken wire? Mm-hmm. They carve it to shape, and then they go over the top of it with almost like a burlap, potato sack. It's burlap, and then over the top they use Hart's material, like convertible top material.
Yeah.
And they do them, mostly Carson tops are done in white. That's a popular thing, is in white. And then obviously since the when you take the top off, the doors need something to slam up against. So I'm making these pieces right now. They get bolted down. This one's for the other side. You can see I already got the bolts in there.
Yeah.
This will get all body worked and painted the same color as the car. So when he takes the top off, you can unbolt it and take these pieces out, and so it'll be all nice and smooth when the top is off of the car. You know, I was going to chop the wing windows today, but I'm going to at least finish up this B pillar here, and I make all this stuff from scratch. You know, so this is, like I said, that side over there is done, and this is the side I'm working on now. So yeah, everything's very time consuming to make stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see.
What the was this?
Wow, just mind blowing.
I need an entire week to wake up
what a
from
story!
this dream.
What a guy! Oh my God, Larry is the man. What a shop! What a shop! What a car!
We have to come back with the review later, but now we need to wake up. We need to chill.
We need to find the money to
But yeah, we need to
get the voodoo
we need
back
to drink.
to Europe.
Alright guys, just got back downtown, just dropped off the rental car, left Max at the hotel. Said I'm just gonna take the car back and walk my way back. But yeah, seeing Larry, man, that guy is, oh my God, so friendly. It's insane. Like, I don't know, I didn't know what to expect, you know? I didn't even know if we were gonna make it to his place. But we showed up, the guy, yeah, you know, he was like working, so we took him from his work, and I feel bad for that. But at the same time, you know, we walked in there and we introduced ourselves. We said, okay, we're from Pedal to the Metal from the Netherlands. We do muscle cars. And then he started talking and showing us around the shop. And then for like 2.5 hours, he didn't stop. So, yeah, we had a great time. He showed us all his cars, the technique and everything. Every aspect of that thing was absolutely perfect, you know. And all his other builds, his other cars. And what's even better, he invited us to hang out with him and his buddies. He's got a band. He said they're gonna jam later and drink some beers. So we were like, he invited us over to be with them and his girlfriend and whatnot. It was like, no way. So just gonna do that. Heading back to the hotel soon. Catching an Uber, then heading back to Larry's place. See you guys from there.